Today, we're diving deep into a topic that touches so many of our lives: how we navigate interactions with individuals whose energy can feel challenging, sometimes even draining. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to fight back in ways that compromise your own tranquility. There's a more enlightened path, a way that aligns with your deepest values of calm and respect. Smart people, those who cultivate their inner wisdom, handle toxic people differently, and you can too. This isn't about changing others, it's about empowering yourself with understanding and strategies. The truth is, engaging in battles of will or escalating drama often leaves us feeling depleted, frustrated, and far from our centered selves. We might feel unheard, misunderstood, or even manipulated into reactions we later regret. But what if I told you that the most powerful response isn't always the loudest one? What if the key to navigating these complex dynamics lies not in confrontation, but in a profound understanding of human behavior and a commitment to protecting your own precious energy? Intelligent individuals recognize that their peace is paramount, and they choose methods that preserve it, methods that don't require them to step into the storm, but rather to become the calm eye within it. Today we'll explore the clever, psychologically backed ways intelligent people respond to drama, manipulation, and negativity without losing their peace or dignity. These aren't just quick fixes or superficial tricks. These are profound shifts in perspective and approach, rooted in emotional intelligence and self-awareness. We'll uncover strategies that allow you to disengage from unhelpful patterns, communicate your needs effectively, and ultimately safeguard your mental and emotional well-being. Think of this as equipping yourself with a toolkit for navigating the sometimes turbulent waters of human interaction, ensuring you remain anchored in your own strength and serenity no matter the external pressures you face. Our journey today is about empowerment. It's about realizing that you have agency, you have choices, and you have the inner resources to handle even the most difficult encounters with grace. The goal isn't to win an argument or to prove a point, but to maintain your equilibrium, to protect your spirit, and to continue moving forward on your path with your dignity intact. We're not just talking about coping mechanisms, we're talking about transformative practices that can enhance your resilience, deepen your self-understanding, and foster a greater sense of control over your emotional landscape. So let's begin this exploration together with open hearts and curious minds. The very first step, the foundational stone, is recognition. Before responding to challenging behaviors, we must identify them. It's about developing an awareness of patterns that undermine our sense of self or create confusion. This awareness is self-protection, so we can choose responses from wisdom rather than reaction. Let's talk about gaslighting. When someone tries to make you doubt your own reality, they might deny things they said or did, twist your words, or make you feel like you're overreacting. It's a subtle erosion of your confidence designed to make you more dependent on their version of events. Recognizing this pattern is crucial because it validates your inner experience. Then there's guilt tripping, another tactic that can leave you feeling burdened and obligated. This is when someone uses blame or induces guilt to control your behavior. This manipulation preys on our natural desire to be good, twisting it into a tool for control. Identifying these traits is not about judgment, but about observation over time. A consistent pattern points to a deeper, more problematic dynamic. This understanding is the key that unlocks your ability to respond differently. This awareness is your first shield, your first step towards reclaiming your peace. Now that we've explored recognizing toxic traits, let's delve into our first strategy, the grey rock method. Imagine a grey rock. It's a conscious decision to become emotionally uninteresting to someone who thrives on drama or seeks to provoke you. It's a way of disengaging without confrontation. The core principle is that toxic behaviors are fueled by the responses they elicit. The grey rock method works by removing this fuel. You choose not to provide the emotional responses they crave, making the interaction unrewarding. It means keeping your responses brief, factual, and devoid of emotional charge. Think short, non-committal answers. I see, okay, or simply, Avoid elaborating or defending yourself. Your body language should also reflect this neutrality. It's about being present but not a participant in the drama. It is a strategic choice to protect your energy and disengage from draining interactions. When you consistently apply the grey rock method, you are cutting off their supply. By offering minimal, unemotional responses, you make the interaction unsatisfying. Over time, they may seek their supply elsewhere. Instead of reacting emotionally, meet provocations with a calm, "I hear that you feel that way," or a simple, "Okay." This starves the drama of the oxygen it needs. The goal is to make interactions with you so unrewarding that they lose interest in trying to provoke you. You become like a smooth surface off which their provocations simply slide. This can be an empowering way to reclaim your peace. Mastering the emotional neutrality requires self-awareness and emotional regulation. Internally detach from the interaction. Deep breaths can be grounding. Visualize yourself as that calm, impervious grey rock. The grey rock method conserves your precious emotional energy. It's about managing your internal resources wisely. It allows you to reclaim control and create a boundary of peace around yourself. Sometimes the quietest response can be the most powerful one in preserving your dignity and calm. In navigating relationships, especially with those exhibiting toxic traits, understanding boundaries is key to inner peace. Boundaries aren't walls but gentle markers defining acceptable interactions, protecting our well-being. Without them, we're vulnerable to negativity and emotional storms. Toxic individuals often test or ignore boundaries, seeking leverage in ambiguity. Firmness and clarity are paramount, not as aggression but as self-respect. Communicating limits calmly teaches others how to treat us, preserving our resources. Setting boundaries requires recognizing our right to protect our peace. It's a selfless act, enabling us to show up authentically in life. The goal is a safe space where you feel respected and valued, moving from vigilance to calm assurance. Clear boundaries reclaim energy, reinvesting it in growth and nourishing connections. This is about designing a life aligned with your values. Use clear, concise I statements, owning your feelings without blame. Brevity is key. Avoid explanations that invite manipulation. Communicate finality gently but firmly. Tone and body language should align with calm assertiveness. Practice boundary statements to build confidence. When boundaries are tested, reiterate them calmly and consistently, avoiding overjustification. Your well-being is reason enough. Discomfort is normal when setting new boundaries. With practice, peace and self-respect will grow. Consistency leads to respect or disengagement, creating a more peaceful environment. This is the reward of courageous consistency. Many empathetic individuals have a natural inclination to help others and alleviate suffering. However, this empathy can lead to the rescuer's trap when encountering toxic behaviors. We instinctively step in to offer solutions, believing we can help them change. But trying to fix someone who doesn't acknowledge their issues or desire change is exhausting and futile. It's like pouring water into a leaky bucket, leaving you depleted. The emotional toll can be immense, breeding frustration and exhaustion. Ultimately, another person's behavior is their responsibility, not ours. We can offer support if sought, but we cannot force transformation. Recognizing this is self-preservation, allowing us to redirect our energies wisely. True change must be internally driven. Trying to fix someone disregards their autonomy and can be perceived as criticism. Some individuals feign a desire for help to garner attention or maintain control. Smart people realize their resources are finite. Energy is better spent on personal growth and relationships with mutual support. This is about choosing where to focus our energies. Stop trying to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. Pivot to our own well-being and growth. This is self-stewardship, cultivating our inner garden. This redirection is empowering. Lead by example. Accept that we cannot control another's choices. We control our responses and where we invest our energy. Letting go of control is a step towards inner freedom. The liberation from trying to change someone else is profound. Redirect focus towards peace, reciprocal relationships, and fulfilling activities. Move from reactive fixing to proactive self-care. When we speak of detaching from individuals who bring toxicity into our lives, it's crucial to understand that this is not about cultivating indifference, coldness, or a lack of care. Instead, we are talking about compassionate detachment. This is the skillful art of acknowledging another person's struggle, their pain, or their difficult behavior, without becoming entangled in it, overwhelmed by it, or taking ownership of it. It's about maintaining your own emotional center and clarity while still recognizing their humanity, even when their actions are challenging or hurtful. It's a way to protect your peace without hardening your heart. There's a subtle yet vital distinction between empathy and enmeshment. Empathy allows us to understand and share the feelings of another, to connect with their experience on a human level. I see you are hurting, and I can understand why. Enmeshment, on the other hand, occurs when we absorb their emotions as if they were our own. When their distress becomes our distress, their anger becomes our anger, to the point where we lose our own emotional footing. While empathy fosters connection and understanding, enmeshment with a toxic individual often leads to being drained, manipulated, or pulled into their dysfunctional emotional cycles. Compassionate detachment helps us stay empathetic without becoming enmeshed. This practice of compassionate detachment is particularly vital when dealing with individuals who exhibit toxic patterns, because they often consciously or unconsciously attempt to make others responsible for their emotional state. They might use guilt-tripping, blame, or dramatic displays to pull you into their emotional vortex, seeking to make you feel accountable for their happiness, their anger, or their misery. If we are not practiced in detachment, it's easy to get sucked into these dynamics, feeling obligated to soothe them, fix their problems, or absorb their negativity, which ultimately erodes our own well-being and sense of agency. The ultimate aim of compassionate detachment, therefore, is to preserve your own emotional equilibrium and protect your energy while still holding a space of understanding from a healthy distance. For the other person's struggle, it allows you to observe their behavior and its impact without becoming a participant in their drama or a casualty of their emotional storms. It's about finding that delicate balance where you can say, "I recognize your journey is difficult," without adding, "and therefore I must carry your burdens as my own." This preserves your strength and clarity. So how do we communicate this compassionate detachment verbally, especially in moments of interaction? It often involves using language that validates their experience or emotion without you taking on the responsibility for it or getting drawn into the intensity. Phrases like, "I can see that this is a really difficult situation for you," or "I understand you're feeling very upset right now," acknowledge their reality from their perspective. This validation can sometimes de-escalate a situation, because the person feels heard, even if you're not agreeing with their interpretation or solution or lack thereof. Following this acknowledgement, it's often necessary to gently but clearly state your own emotional boundary. This is where the detachment part comes into play. You might say something like, "While I understand you're feeling their emotion, I'm not able to take on responsibility for managing those emotions for you," or "I can hear how much pain you're in, but I need to protect my own emotional space right now." The key is to be clear that their feelings are theirs to process and manage. You're not a receptacle for their emotional overflow, nor are you the architect of their emotional solutions. If you choose to, and if it feels appropriate and safe, you can offer limited, clearly defined support without taking ownership of their problems or their emotional regulation. This might sound like, "I genuinely hope you find a way to work through this difficult time," or "While I can't solve this for you, I wish you strength as you navigate it." The emphasis here is on limited. You are not offering to become their therapist, their savior, or their emotional crutch. You are expressing goodwill from a place of healthy separation, reinforcing. In navigating complex relationships, we arrive at a transformative principle: responding rather than reacting. Faced with provocation, our impulse is to defend or correct. This immediate comeback is a reaction, fueled by emotion. A response is considered aligned with our values. Understanding this distinction is key. Toxic people leverage the pressure for immediate responses. When confronted, your body's fight-or-flight response kicks in. Toxic individuals aim to trigger this, seeking that loss of composure where we're vulnerable. The crucial step is awareness of this internal trigger. This internal pause before action is where your power emerges. Silence. Reframe silence as a strategic choice against negativity. Silence says, "I choose not to engage in this unhealthy pattern right now." Silence disrupts the expected script. Silence offers you the space to regain emotional equilibrium. Strategic silence is self-preservation. Each time you choose silence, you reinforce your serenity. A practical technique, the 24-hour rule. Pause before replying to anything emotionally charged. This allows for a cooling-off period. Disengage from the drama. Redirect your focus towards soothing activities. Craft a response aligned with your values. Ask, what is the most constructive way to address this? Often the issue appears less significant, or the toxic individual has moved on. Your calm response sets a powerful precedent. As we explore how smart people outsmart toxic dynamics, we arrive at a vital concept: protecting your personal energy. Think of your energy as a bank account, a finite resource. Interactions and tasks either deposit or withdraw from this account. Positive interactions replenish your reserves, while negative ones cause rapid withdrawals. Recognizing signs of energy depletion is key, especially after interacting with certain people. Are you inexplicably exhausted or anxious after brief encounters? These are indicators of encountering an energy vampire. Protecting your energy is self-stewardship, essential for well-being, creativity, and positive relationships. Safeguarding your energy is a prerequisite for a purposeful life. Practice selective engagement. Not every comment requires a rebuttal. Not every invitation needs acceptance. Consciously choose where to invest your attention. Ask yourself, is this interaction worth my energy? Limit time with draining individuals. Keep conversations brief and neutral. Politely decline invitations to negative environments. Selective engagement is about being authentically strategic. Understanding your energy is valuable. Explore strategic distance, creating space to shield yourself from toxic behaviors. It's a measured, intentional creation of space. Emotional distance involves detaching from another's emotional state, maintaining your calm. Physical distance means reducing face-to-face contact. Digital distance includes unfollowing or muting triggering content. Strategic distance creates a healthier environment, protecting your energy and peace. As we bring our exploration of these 7 genius ways smart people outsmart toxic people to a close, I want to leave you with a core, empowering truth. Remember, how you respond is infinitely more powerful than how they act. The more peace, the more stillness, the more self-awareness you consciously cultivate within yourself, the less external chaos, negativity, or manipulation can truly affect you. Your inner state becomes your most resilient shield, your most reliable sanctuary. These strategies are not just about managing others, they are fundamentally about mastering yourself and fortifying your own internal landscape so that you can navigate the world with greater wisdom, compassion, and unwavering serenity. I encourage you to view these insights and techniques not merely as clever tactics for dealing with difficult individuals, but as profound tools for building lasting inner resilience and a stronger, more authentic sense of self. Each time you choose to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, each time you set a firm but calm boundary, each time you protect your precious energy, you're engaging in an act of profound self-love and personal growth. It's the consistent, dedicated internal work of cultivating mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and self-compassion that ultimately leads to a more peaceful and empowered experience of your external world, regardless of the challenges you may encounter. If these strategies and perspectives have resonated with you, if you found value in our time together today, I warmly invite you to give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps others find this content, and please consider subscribing to our channel for more insights and conversations designed to help you live a life filled with greater purpose, deeper meaning, and more conscious intention. We are committed to supporting you on your journey of personal growth and well-being, offering tools and perspectives to navigate life's complexities with grace and strength. Your presence here is valued, and we look forward to continuing this journey together. Finally, your wisdom and experiences are incredibly valuable to this community. Please take a moment to share your own experiences with navigating challenging interactions or outsmarting toxic dynamics in the comments section below. Your story, your insight, or even your question could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you're interested in exploring the profound freedom that comes from letting go, I highly recommend you check out our video on the power of non-attachment for a deeper dive into cultivating emotional liberation. Thank you for joining me, and may you find peace today and every day.